Hey guys, welcome to probably your new favorite show. I'm Billy.
And I'm Caleb.
Are you Caleb?
Are you Billy?
No. My name is actually.
My whole life is oh, hello. Oh, you're fake. They're all fake.
Are you on Tinder in the middle of an episode?
I just picked up my phone and I had a notification, all right?
Thirsty AF.
I just had a notification, okay? Anyways, we're going to... is this too long?
Yeah. So this on this episode of probably your new favorite show, we are going to be talking about a few things. There's been a big time lapse between stuff that we've been following. We refer to it as the Dark Ages.
Yeah. We actually referenced that series, comic book terminology, in our last episode about Wizard World, which was fun. If you didn't watch that, check it out before you watch this.
It's almost like a prequel, but like
a prequel, like NyQuil and DayQuil, or prequel.
Prequel. Yeah. It's like Z-Quil.
A sequel, but it's prequel.
It's before you take the Z-Quil or the NyQuil or the DayQuil.
It's before you want to go to sleep.
It's before you want to go to sleep. You take the prequel.
It's like pre-gaming, like before the party. It's the pre-game.
Have I ever told you that I hate you?
I hate you too, man. That's fine. Today we're going to talk about just a couple of shows. I mean, we're getting into like the fall season.
There's going to be a lot going on. We got a lot of movies coming out here within the next 5 months. So it's going to be, we got some big stuff coming, but we want to talk about some of the stuff that's going to start for the fall.
And one that already started. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Starts back up Tuesday, right?
It's either this week or next week, yeah. Our first episode, I think we talked about it a little bit, or maybe one of the lost episodes, but I never got into it until recently, and then I binge watched the first 2 seasons, and now I'm on board completely.
So let's talk about how it ended, where it left off, and what we thought. So the very last scene, by the way, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
We're just going to talk about it. The very last scene is of Simmons getting sucked into the
gravitonium. But the gravitonium was...
It was bonded with
one of the scientists. I can't remember his name now.
It was that guy who was trying to like screw with it.
The guy that was trying to stop it actually sucked him up.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it was the gravitonium that did it or if it was him.
I don't know.
So
but it was scary.
Crazy.
When it happened, it was like, oh.
I was watching it in my bed in the middle of the night, and I jumped. I was scared. I went and threw something on my TV.
Yeah, but I mean,
I didn't actually do that.
A bunny rabbit hopping across like a field would scare the shit out of you. You're kind of.
Oh yeah, I'm a scaredy cat. Yeah. Thanks, man. I have problems, so.
No. Yeah. It was that's how it ends. The second season ends. Up until now, we've just really gotten to get to know the characters. There's some big twists. Some characters turn good. Some characters turn bad. The most traumatic death ever in any show ever, for me, was when Trip dies.
Oh yeah,
dude, that bummed me out. I was bummed. I was almost as bummed as when Beth died in Walking Dead.
Yeah, man. I liked him. I liked this character a lot.
He was just such a great guy. Yeah. And then they're just like, oh yeah, this guy.
Oh, you guys like him, don't you? Do you like him?
Never done anything wrong to anybody. Dead for being a good guy. And then this past season builds up to the Inhumans. And this entire next season, they've already said it in the teaser trailer, and there is a released clip of the first episode.
There was like 4 or 5 minutes we saw? We saw the first 4 or 5 minutes.
It was the first, of the whole episode. So.
It showed Sky.
Who now goes by Daisy.
Sky. Quake.
I
don't want to call her Daisy. I just don't like Daisy. I like Sky. That's what...
I like Sky as a name better.
I just like Sky. Super hot. Great actress.
I think the casting for this is just such a strong casting for this show.
Because they
talked
weren't
about that in the past, but it's good.
I love how they're just like they just open the doors wide open for the Inhumans before the movie even came out, so that people actually know what's going on. Because the Inhumans weren't that popular at all.
Well, what's great is anybody who's followed they've done a great job at embodying the Inhumans, and anybody who's ever followed any of this stuff, I called it from the beginning of when this story arc started in the show for the Inhumans. I knew right away that it was going to be the Inhumans that it was bringing. So I mean, it sticks really true to some of the stuff.
So, the blue guy was a Kree. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. I was about to say that he wasn't an Inhuman, because I remember in the first season when we first saw that body, a lot of people said Kree, a lot of people said Inhuman, and I was like, it's got to be Kree. It was Kree. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well, because it's one of the bodies from the show follows. If you're not familiar, the show follows alongside the movies.
Yeah.
Now there's been some issues where who's the guy who. Joss Whedon, right?
Dude, you said that. I don't remember seeing anything like that. Because it definitely follows it.
Yeah, but in an interview, it's not that he said it doesn't follow it. It's that, he said that the movie universe doesn't acknowledge the TV show universe.
That's just because they're not in it.
I know, it's really weird.
I don't think
the movies that are in it.
Yeah.
But it follows
Mariah
right
Hill and Nick Fury.
You need to keep up with the movies, because there's an episode It's in the
first season.
In the first season
there's
and
two.
the second one.
Yeah.
That you got to pay attention.
Just Thor: Dark World is just one episode. All of a sudden, everything's destroyed, and they're just picking stuff up.
Yep. And Age of Ultron is something that'll be happening, and then the very next episode is post Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So
and then the first season again was Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah, when the Hydra.
Where just Hydra all of a sudden took over.
Which they did a really great job.
Which was that was awesome.
Hydra. That was really cool the way they did Hydra. Yeah, it was
Hail
follows
Hydra.
right along.
Hail Hydra. They probably can't see it.
It follows right along the movies. So it's building up to a lot of stuff going on, and there's certain little Easter eggs before the movies come out to give you little snidbits, if that's a word. Snippets.
Snippet.
I put tidbits and snippets.
Yeah,
together.
okay. I was like, that doesn't sound right, but it kind of does sound right.
So
I just got really.
So it ties in. It's really cool. If you haven't watched the clip for the first episode for the upcoming season, which starts here soon, very soon.
Dude.
Yeah.
Nothing. I love you.
I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Yeah.
So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What do you expect for this season?
A lot more Inhumans. We got to find out what happened with the Gravitonium and Simmons.
Yeah.
I want to see what's gonna go on with what's his name? Fitz.
I'm glad you said that.
Without Simmons. Because they just had that little romantic type scene.
And he just started recovering at the very end of the first season. Season 1 ended with Fitz kind of sacrificing himself to save him and Simmons. And then in the following season, Season 2, it starts up with Fitz has suffered brain damage due to lack of oxygen.
Yeah.
And so he's struggling.
He can't finish thoughts or sentences.
Yeah, he's struggling very, and just when I say this, I feel like there's an understood difference. He's struggling mentally and psychologically.
Yeah.
He's struggling with his actual intelligence.
Simmons is gone at the start of the season, and
but
he's
you don't know it at first.
You don't know it because his
psyche.
I can't say that. His subconscious is still seeing her.
Yeah.
And his subconscious is her talking to him.
Yep. So
and he talks normal when he's talking to her, and then I guess probably the end of the first episode or maybe the second episode, you realize that she's not even there.
Yeah, and it's really weird because it's that subconscious of her is actually it's almost like the remaining part of his intelligence,
right?
Where he has trouble thinking of things, really simple things, a pen would be exactly how it'd go. He would say it just like that.
Yeah.
And that'd be her finishing his thought. It's really cool how they do it. And so when he finally sees her again, is really an emotional thing for him.
Yeah. I really like that chemistry in it.
Yeah, and I had a guy I know who didn't like that whole aspect. I loved it.
I like it. I like it. Probably, honestly, I like it better than the relationship with Grant and Sky.
Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, which Grant, if you aren't familiar at this point, is kind of...
He's very bad man.
Very bad man.
Very bad man. But, they still have that relationship, You can tell he still loves her.
Oh, without a doubt.
Even though he's used her and like he basically let himself get brainwashed as far as the whole Hydra thing goes.
Well, he was kind of raised to be brainwashed.
Yeah, but he still does genuinely care for her, and there's still that kind of aspect of it, and I really like it because I feel like she kind of still feels the same and still feels sorry for him, but at the same time hates him, and I just Marvel I love like basically everything Marvel's put out the past couple of years have just been great.
I like
they're very smart. They've planned everything.
And sidebar, you said they just finished filming for Daredevil, right?
They either just finished or should be finishing.
If you haven't
soon.
seen that, that's a Netflix original. It's like 13 episodes long.
Yeah.
It's like, and it plays just like a 13.
It's like a 13-hour movie. It's incredible.
Awesome. So if you haven't seen it,
I'm
go
actually
watch that
rewatching it
because that means that here in the fall, it should be back up, right?
Maybe next year.
Okay.
Might be next year.
But yeah, so I love the casting. The chick they have playing, her name is Bobby in the show. She's actually, if you're not familiar, I couldn't figure out where I knew her from. Love the character, by the way. She's a badass. I couldn't figure out where I knew her from. And then it hit me that she had a very minor one-episode role in Smallville in like one of the first 2 or 3 seasons. Very small, 2, 3, maybe, I don't think it was quite 4 yet. I think it was like the first or second season.
Who's she play?
She plays, you think it's Supergirl. You think it's Kara Zor-El because she calls herself Kara. And
they kind of just do that as
they do it, and then you find out that she's a human girl who disappeared like 30 years earlier. That Jor-El has been kind of sends out a. You gotta watch it. It's really cool how they do it. It's cool, but yeah, she played that character. She was in it, so I was like trying to figure out where I knew her from, and then so she's done superhero related stuff before. So I think that's another reason why she does so well in this. So Bobby's character, and then she's with the Irish guy. I forget his name. Escapes me right now. You know who I'm talking about?
What?
Her boyfriend, the Irish dude. What's his name? It escapes me right now. If I hadn't needed to say it right now, I would have been able to tell you. Anyways, very cohesive cast. Really great. I'm excited. The show. What are you looking at?
I'm trying to find.
No. Don't.
I could have sworn that Bobby was going to be... Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have sworn that Bobby was going to be in Civil War and she was on Captain America's team. And she has a superhero name.
Does she?
I could have sworn it was her, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently I was mistaken, and it was, I guess, Peggy Carter's daughter that's going to be in it. But I could have sworn it was Bobby for some reason. Like... What was her name? Mockingbird or something like that?
That's something I want to see, though. I think it'd be really cool if they were to bring some of these characters from... Because the TV show is really good.
I just want to see Daredevil on there, man.
If that would be the...
Daredevil and Punisher, that would be awesome.
They need to. I mean...
They almost absolutely have to be in Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Almost like they just if they don't, they're really messing up.
I really feel like that would be the best way for them to, and I think it's gonna go that way where eventually they're gonna tie in all of it.
Yeah,
it's
like very apparent.
Yeah, all of it's gonna the TV show and cinematic universe is all gonna come together in awesomeness. I think would be the best. And, God, Deadpool is gonna be so amazing. I just thought about that because of looking at your wall.
Yes.
Deadpool is gonna be so. You've got Deadpool like everywhere. Yeah. So that's what we got expecting for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you guys aren't caught up, the first 2 seasons are on Netflix.
You got like a couple of days.
Yeah.
Catch up. Mustard, honey mustard, sweet and sour sauce,
and
Jack Daniel's sauce.
We were gonna talk about Arrow, but I'm not caught up yet.
He's not caught up on Arrow.
Your boy's slipping.
It's gonna be great. It's going to be more of that comic book version of Green Arrow instead of Arrow.
When does it start back?
October something on a Wednesday. I don't know.
On a Tuesday.
Like two weeks from now. What's today's date? 27th.
The 27th.
Yeah, so it's coming on in 2 weeks, I think. Maybe less than
October
maybe
13th?
2 Wednesdays.
October 13th.
Yeah, because October 11th is Walking Dead, and that's Sunday. Yep. So maybe the 14th.
13 or 14.
13 and 14. 13
so you got till then to watch it all, and myself included. I've seen like the first 3 episodes of that season.
It's gonna be awesome.
So to move on, Fear the Walking Dead. Now I posted. Some of you have seen the up close and personal I did as a review of the first episode. It was a really good pilot. What are your thoughts so far? I haven't seen the previous episode, and tonight airs the newest episode. It'll be episode 5.
Fifth episode,
and I haven't watched the 4th, but I'm kind of familiar with what's going on, so I gotta watch that.
It's I've liked it a lot. I've been watching it with my family and then other people I've been talking to, like at my job and everything. A lot of people don't like it because it's not like The Walking Dead. It's not all crazy, but I mean, it's not really supposed to be, in my opinion. It's more of an origin story.
I thought you were going to say Orange is the New Black, and I was like, what?
It was more of an origin story, and I really like it. I mean, it's slow, but I mean, it's entertaining to me, and that's all that I care about, as long as it entertains me.
I really like it. I did a 10-minute video reviewing it, and it had like replay after replay, so I had it playing in the background. You got to see little clips of it. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it.
For sure.
The premise is that it's the 6 weeks before Rick's character wakes up on the East Coast.
Is that how long he was in the coma? I thought it was longer.
I thought it was only 6 weeks.
I thought it was like 6 months.
I don't know, dude.
I thought it was a while.
If it was 6 months, I feel like Shane and them wouldn't still be in that area he linked up with them at. A lot can happen in 6 months.
He didn't really link up with them anywhere close.
I don't know.
Because he went through Atlanta and everything, and then...
So, it takes place during the time before. It shows you the initial
It may have been 6 weeks. I don't know. I feel like it was a lot more than that.
I thought it was 6 weeks.
I thought it was a couple of months, but...
Maybe in like 3 months, 2 months.
Let us know.
Comment below and let us know, because
we'll make a bet.
We're idiots. Yeah, I'm saying 6 weeks. What do you say?
I'm saying longer than 6 weeks.
Longer than 6 weeks? The winner gets this exclusive hat.
The winner has to buy the other one a drink.
Okay, that works better. I like that.
I can look it up right now.
Because the hat broke earlier today, and I don't want to give somebody a broken hat.
Yeah, we got these cool hats at Comic-Con for free.
For free.
It was awesome.
So this one takes place, it's the time before, so in the first episode, you get like before anything even starts, get to know the characters, and the stuff has started since. I think these people are freaking stupid, though. It just blows my mind.
I mean, you got to think, like, this isn't... They're not seasoned yet. I mean...
Well, I get that, but I feel like they're still too... I like that we're kind of opposed on this. I feel like they're too naive. Like, there's being naive to what's going on, and like, oh my god, I don't get it. And then there's... This guy is obviously trying to kill me, and something's wrong. I'm gonna freaking...
I think it's... If I were behind it, what I would do is I would put it in a world where they already know what zombies are, because they've seen the movies, they've seen the TV shows.
I like that they don't, though.
But yeah, this is like in a universe where zombies have never existed, so they don't even know what it is, and so it's kind of weird. You can't really watch it and be like, oh, how did you not know that was a zombie? Because I guess in this television universe, like, they don't know that there are zombies. They don't like World War Z, and
they just think people are sick.
Yeah, these people are sick, but and then all of a sudden now, like, they're attacking people.
For me, it's still even like, and when they see the people, they don't even like. I feel like anybody, like the scene where their neighbor is like reaching through the fence and stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't know what zombies were, or you thought the person was just sick, you'd call somebody.
I'd probably kill him.
Well, the part where the one dude tries to bite me, I don't care if you've been my neighbor for like 6 years. I'm gonna stab you in the neck.
Yep.
That was like... that dude... Excuse my language, that dude's a pussy. That dude is... pussy. That dude, gosh, he's just like... He's gonna... If he's one of the first people to die, I would not be upset about it, because he's just being such a... The wife totally gets it.
Dude, Kim Dickens.
Do you know she's from here?
Yeah, she's from here. Yeah.
She's from Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah. We're from Huntsville, Alabama, everyone.
From Huntsville. If you didn't know that, now you know.
If you don't know, then now you know. Yes. Oh, and it was still
sweaty.
Oh.
I have a condition.
I have a condition.
No, we'll do just a fist bump.
Yes.
But yeah, so she's from Huntsville. That's pretty dope. And I really thought you were serious. So the son in the show is a junkie, and it plays.
Yeah, Johnny Depp's son.
That's what he called him, and I was like, "Is that really Johnny Depp's son?" No, it's not. He just thinks he looks.
It could be. Johnny Depp's probably gotten around.
So, from what I'm getting, there's only one more episode after this premiere, because then it's next Sunday that The Walking Dead.
It's in 2 Sundays.
2 Sundays, that's right.
Yeah, so this is episode 5, so next week. Yeah.
So that'll be the last.
So I think it's just 6 episodes.
Just 6 episodes, just like the first season of The Walking Dead, which, in my opinion, a lot of people are upset with it. Yes, because it's not like The Walking Dead, but still. This didn't even have anywhere near, like, if you're gonna, because The Walking Dead, they did the 6-episode season, and it was kind of like, how are crowds gonna take this?
Yeah.
And then after that 6-episode season did so great, it was like, all right, deuces, let's do it.
Here we go.
And so this one, if this was like a test the water season, was just 6 episodes, they didn't really hook anybody. They hooked people. I mean, it's a great show.
I like it.
It's a great show, but I just don't think it was big enough. I feel like either that or this 6th episode next Sunday needs to be like...
I'm sure it will be. I think tonight's going to be... We're recording this on a Sunday.
Yeah.
It comes on in just a couple of hours.
Yeah, the new episode comes on in an hour.
Yeah, it comes on in an hour.
Yeah.
So, so I mean... Here, I'm really hoping what they do is this isn't just a one-off thing where they just do this 6-episode season. Yeah. I really hope that they do this and they actually... I would love if one day they did a big crossover with some of the other characters. Like maybe they go to Texas and they end up meeting the redhead guy. What's his name?
Oh, Abraham?
Abraham, yeah.
I said this in an earlier episode, and I say earlier episode because in my mind we've already done 3 episodes since... Yeah. The Lost episodes.
The Lost episodes.
As far as the internet's concerned, this is only episode 2.
No, this is episode 3.
No, we only have the one actual episode.
We have episode 1. We have episode 2, Wizard World.
Oh.
So this is 3.
Fair. Here you go. So yeah, but in the very first episode, I believe I expressed that I think a great thing to happen is you have a character like Dale in the earlier seasons of The Walking Dead who was going cross country when it went down. So the potential of him running into the characters
that could probably happen. That would be awesome.
Or as it progresses, I think they're called the Sandoval's or something like that. The
from season 1,
the Hispanic family from season 1.
Yeah.
Who, like we've got family out west.
They were going. No, I think they were going to Alabama. Or Florida. Birmingham. They were going to Birmingham.
Yeah. I just think the potential for so many
But you never know. I mean,
it's
a zombie apocalypse.
So
they
many
could end
characters
up being...
that we just don't know where they are now.
Yeah.
It would just be, such a great thing. Now, The Walking Dead premieres in 2 weeks.
Yep. 2 weeks from tonight, yeah.
2 weeks from tonight. And there's been so many spotlight trailers on what's to come. What is your opinion?
I haven't even, honestly, I've been so busy with other things, I haven't even watched, I think I've watched one trailer, and it was like one of the first ones, so it didn't even give anything away.
I feel like they're going to release another. Either way, it starts in 2 weeks. I think
either way, I'm going to watch it. I love The Walking Dead. No matter how many episodes or how many seasons I could not stand and how much I hated the show. There was a couple seasons I was just like, this is stupid. I'm going to stop watching
Season
it.
3, I could have done entirely without.
Season 4. What season is 4. This?
We're about to finish season 6. I loved season 4. Season 4 is what did it for me again.
The one where...
I quit watching after 3, and then 4 picked it back up for me.
It was just like every season, there was like those... It was just the season... Like, the season premiere was awesome, and then like there were a couple episodes were really boring. Mid-season finale, phenomenal. And then the other episodes were just really slow. And then like the season finale would be awesome. And that's how I feel like it's been almost for the past couple of seasons.
I feel like from the very first episode of season 4, it picked back up for me, and it didn't slow down since. It was just, I mean, you gotta have the slower episodes just to kind
of... Like the first half of season 5, I just did not like.
What? I loved it.
I didn't like it.
Season 5, best season.
The last half of season 4, I didn't like.
I say that, but I'm just so fond of season 2. I loved season 2 so much.
Because that's when they first got picked up to do an actual season.
And that was like when they end up at the farm and they meet Herschel and all that. That whole part of the story.
Was that 4 or 2 or 3?
That was 2.
Was it? Oh,
yep.
Okay.
And then at the end of
when Carl got shot.
End of it,
Carl.
At the end of it, then they meet Herschel, and then that's like, and at the very end of the season, the farm's been invaded by zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a good season.
Because when Rick shoots Shane.
Yep.
And then
which is completely different from the comics.
And then it zooms out, and you see the prison.
Yeah.
And then the next
and Michonne.
Season 3. The beginning of season 3 was like such a promising thing because it comes in, and the first opening scene is like all of them going into this house, and Carl's older, like way older looking, hair's all grown out and stuff, and the first thing he does, Carl's not a kid anymore, and you know it right away because the first thing he does is caps a zombie in the face.
Yep.
That is so dope.
Did you see, there was this big thing.
And then the governor thing
The governor was a very bad guy.
I didn't enjoy it at all, though.
I like the governor.
I like
I'm glad they killed him, though.
I got over it so
Did
quick.
he die?
Yeah. Yeah, remember? He gets stabbed in the face.
Oh, that's right.
And then the zombies kill him.
That's right.
I think he gets stabbed in the face or he gets stabbed. He gets stabbed in the chest.
Have you seen I guess you wouldn't have seen it because you haven't seen the last episode. There was this big debate on whether or not Carl was in last episode because there was an extra.
I've seen at the end of The Walking Dead?
No, Fear the Walking Dead. Sorry.
Oh.
You haven't seen the last episode yet, but there's a scene where there's a bunch of people walking and you see a guy, this kid, and he looks just like Carl. He's wearing the hat, he's wearing the flannel long sleeve shirt or whatever.
If anything, it was just
It was an extra that just happened to be dressed up like him, but the internet exploded and they were like, "Why is Carl there in California right after the zombie apocalypse? What's going on?" And then they had to. I guess they debunked it, but I mean, obviously that wasn't what it was. But it was crazy. Like I saw that and I was like, "That looks just like him."
Did it?
Yeah, it looked just like the guy.
Or maybe they put him in there just to screw with people.
No, I think it was like an extra that just happened to be wearing it, and I guess no one caught it while they were filming.
Yeah,
but it was pretty cool.
So this is gonna be a really good fall. Supergirl premieres here soon.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah. So if nobody knows, the first episode the entire thing was leaked.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's been out for a while, but the show premieres here within
which we haven't seen it.
At all.
We've seen it. Just like The Flash
it looks good.
I saw The Flash like 6 months early.
And when I say this, it doesn't mean I don't like it. But this is definitely going to be like that superhero show for girls. It's on the CW, right?
No.
What's it going to be
on? CBS.
CBS? There's going to be a lot more. You can already tell it's very like a lot more family oriented of a show, and I think it's going to be like superhero show for the girls, which isn't a bad thing. I like that, but for me, it was just it was very small town girl in the big city vibe is what I got from it, and then I didn't like in all the comics past shows that they've done something this kind of incarnation, and then like animations and stuff like that. Kara Zor-El, there was a big thing where after the explosion of Krypton, she was in prison for a long time, and Clark's already grown up by the time that she gets.
I wouldn't say imprisoned.
Well, she wasn't in prison. No, it was.
She was in that.
She was in
that pod.
She was in like
it got knocked off course because they tried to shoot at it or something like that.
So yeah, and so she was frozen in hibernation type.
No,
what is it?
She was technically. It was like in that pod.
Cryogenic. That's what it is.
She was technically older.
Yeah, she's like 15 years older.
She was like a young girl. She wasn't a baby.
She was a teenager when he was a baby.
Yeah.
But now he's grown up and looks older, and so he's Superman. But in the shows,
Clark Kent's Superman.
In the shows and in the comics and stuff, Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, still always has that I'm your older cousin vibe with Clark, and kind of at times keeps him in line, even though he knows more about Earth and really steers her in how to handle life on Earth. She really is still somewhat of a mentor and guidance for him because she's his only real full connection back to his Kryptonian roots. And I didn't get that at all from this Supergirl. This Supergirl just was so unsure about everything. I'm so used to Supergirl being so confident and almost hot-headed and overly confident.
Yeah.
And this one, she's so just like timid and unsure.
I think she will end up being like that though, because I kind of got that hint.
But even
when
if
I can't say it because it hasn't even come out yet.
Even if she ends up being like that, it's still just like, I don't like that they went that, because it's like from the get-go, the biggest thing was that when she first came out of the cryogenic pod, he like Clark had like such a hard time like controlling her, containing her and getting her used to it, and it took like a lot of work to get her just used to being on Earth and not just, you know, being a balls out Kryptonian all the time. So I feel like you don't get that at all in this. It's just like Superman was a big deal, and then Supergirl comes up and she's like, oh, I don't know anything that's going on and I'm scared. What are your thoughts?
I think having already seen the first episode,
we haven't. Yeah, we haven't.
It was good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to end up being very good. But I really think there's a lot of room for improvement, just like there is for, like, I said the same thing about The Flash. I said the same thing about Arrow. There's a lot of room for improvement. But sorry, my phone's like blowing up. I think it's gonna end up being pretty good. It'll. I would love for them to cross over with The Flash and Arrow. I don't know if they will because they're on separate networks, but I think they're just kind of afraid one of them won't do as well, and it could potentially ruin. I mean, Supergirl, there's aliens and everything.
Yeah.
Flash has its superpowers. Arrow's grounded, which I don't know if you know this, but they are introducing magic because Constantine is coming to Arrow. Since it got canceled.
But that brings way more than just magic. Yep. That brings like demons and angels.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be that much. But he's gonna be there for an episode. Is it gonna be
the one that they've already had going? Yeah. That one's from everything I've heard, because I've yet to see that. Everything I've heard.
It got canceled after one season.
Did it?
Yeah.
But everything I heard is it was like actually scary.
They tried to bring it back, and they tried to bring it to CW, and it just didn't really work out. But
I heard it was great.
He's gonna be like in the third episode, and he's gonna have something to do with Sarah coming back to life.
That would be okay. So that's how they're gonna bring in.
Spoiler alert.
You were talking about. Spoiler alert. The White Canary being a show that's starting up.
Yeah.
Because Sarah, as the Black Canary, was such a fan favorite. He knows more about it.
Sarah Lance. What's her name?
Laura.
No. Katie Lotz was such a... They loved her so much, and I love her so much, so I'm really glad they are bringing her back. They're making basically a new character for White Canary, and she's going to be on Legends of Tomorrow.
Brand new character.
But she's going to be on Arrow. They're all going to be on Arrow and Flash before Legends of Tomorrow, because Legends of Tomorrow comes out in January, I believe. They're starting filming now. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be like a Justice League.
Yeah.
Like a... I don't want to call it a B team because they're all awesome characters, but they're basically like the Justice League, the TV's Justice League, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, and we talked about it. I just want to real quick. We talked about it in one of the lost episodes. Into the Badlands is a show that's going to be premiering here in October. It's going to be on AMC, and who did I say? From one of the producers of Smallville, it's got a very like Matrix meets Last Samurai meets like Aeon Flux type vibe, and it looks super dope. If you haven't checked out the trailer, check it out. Into the Badlands is going to be coming out. I think it's in October. I think it's like the 17th.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, so that one's going to be another one. So this fall is just going to be real big for TV. A lot going on. I had no idea Constantine was coming. That's dope.
Yep, John Constantine's coming to Arrow.
Yeah, sweet. And then what's the... Never mind, I completely lost my train of thought. I had like something and it was like, no, Billy, no, you don't.
Nope.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this episode. Do you have anything else? That kind of covers everything that we wanted to talk about. If you guys get the chance, my single is back on iTunes. Artist name Phylo-Rey, as it says right there, PHYLO-REY. My single Finer Things is back on iTunes. Recently just got featured on pauseandplay.com. Shout out to them. Thank you so much. Spotlight for the artist. They did that for me for the month of August and September. That was really cool for me. Thank you guys so much. Phylo-Rey, Finer Things. I hope to have the album done by the end of the year. There'll be a quick little clip of the song here at the end of the video.
Listen to these tracks.
But I'm looking at an endless sky, and I could fly. All I ever really wanted in life was the finer things, just enough cash to make it by. Working for the finer things, we could leave this whole place behind. For the finer things, maybe baby just you and I. And the finer things, but it's all good and I know it.
I'm gonna murder you tonight. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys.